Right, and the record will indicate Mr. Kelly's present in the courtroom.
Disgraced R&B singer R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years behind bars for leading a decades-long effort to entrap teenagers and women for sex. The sentence, stiffer than the 25 years in prison that prosecutors had sought, caps a long downfall for the 55-year-old former superstar. In September, the I Believe I Can Fly artist was found guilty on all 9 charges he faced, including the most of racketeering. Breon Peace, the U.S. Attorney of the Eastern District of New York, hailed the sentence as a significant outcome for the 11 victims who testified about the horrific and sadistic abuse they endured.
Up until this moment, that I actually believed that the judicial system would come through for Black and brown girls.
Kelly's lawyers called for a lighter sentence with a maximum of approximately 17 years. Attorney Jennifer Bonjean told the judge that her client was the product of a chaotic upbringing that included being sexually abused as a child.
And the R&B hip-hop artist of the year is... R. Kelly!
Kelly, a 3-time Grammy Award winner, chose not to speak at the hearing due to pending litigation. The sentence just came over a month before jury selection is due to start in Kelly's separate, long-delayed federal trial in Chicago on August 15th. In that case, Kelly and 2 of his former associates are alleged to have rigged the singer's 2008 pornography trial and hid years of sexual abuse of minors. The musician, who once dominated R&B, also faces prosecution in 2 other state jurisdictions. Kelly's conviction in New York was widely seen as a milestone for the Me Too movement. It was the first time major sex abuse trial where the majority of accusers were Black women. It was also the first time Kelly faced criminal consequences for the abuse he, for decades, was rumored to have inflicted on women and children. Prosecutors were tasked with proving Kelly guilty of racketeering, a federal charge commonly associated with organized crime syndicate that depicted Kelly as the boss of an enterprise of associates who facilitated his abuse. Calling 45 witnesses, including 11 victims, to the stand, they painstakingly presented a pattern of crimes they said the artist born Robert Sylvester Kelly carried out for years with impunity, capitalizing on his fame to prey on the less fortunate. To convict Kelly of racketeering, jurors had to find him guilty of at least 2 of 14 predicate acts, the crime elemental to the wider pattern of illegal wrongdoing. Lurie's testimony ended to prove those acts included rape, druggings, imprisonment, and child pornography. His accusers described events that often mirrored one another. Many of the alleged victims said they had met the singer at concerts or mall performances and were then handed slips of paper with Kelly's contact details by members of his entourage.
He was like, "Here's my number, take it, text me a picture of you so I know it's you with your name."
Several said they were told he could bolster their music industry aspirations, but prosecutors urged all were instead indoctrinated into Kelly's world, groomed for sex at his whim, and kept in line by chaotic means in control, including isolation and cruel disciplinary measures, recordings of which were played for the jury. Core to the state's case was Kelly's relationship with the late singer Aaliyah. Kelly wrote and produced her first album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, before illegally marrying her when she was just 15 because he feared he had impregnated her. His former manager admitted in court to bribing a worker to obtain fake identification, allowing the union, which was later annulled. Reporting for Elijah Tot TV, I'm Nyakenya Elijah.